Welcome to the Realms of Lore, a channel dedicated to fantasy role-playing games where we can let our imaginations run free. I would like to give a couple shout-outs, first to Fantasy Grounds for the amazing interface which makes this all possible. You can find them at fantasygrounds.com. Secondly, to Sirenscape for their amazing atmosphere and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Sirenscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets which are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. So stop on over at Sirenscape.com to find out more. Thanks again, and we'll be starting up soon.
Actually, very good condition, except for where those nasty orcs hit me and riled me up a bit. But yeah, it's good shape otherwise. As you can see.
Say 40 gold.
Oh, no, I think that's a fair offer. Of course, you can keep in mind too that a good portion of that's going to go into the church's coffers as well. So yes, absolutely, 40 gold sounds like a perfect price.
Very well. Hands you 40 gold. What church would that be, might I ask? As he looks you up and down, are you wearing the customary colors of Tritherion?
I'm wearing the blue tunic, and I have the Tritherion emblem emblazoned on it.
As he looks again, oh, Tritherion.
Yes.
Have you spoken with the curator?
I am actually having dinner with the curator. Or else I've already had dinner. I don't know when this is taking place. But anyways, yes, I'm yes. Curator. I had his name written down somewhere. I can't find it now.
Not what I'm looking for.
Where's my notes? I might have it back in my notes here. Nope, I got a big question mark. I think it was on my previous sheet where I put it down in notes and then I don't have it now.
Yeah, the curate is Artan Calabra.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Artan Calabra.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
type it out into chat.
That's all right. I think I've got a Calibra. Artan. Okay. You stick that in here. Yes. Well, may the blessings of Tritherion be on you. And if there's anything that can be of assistance of, just let me know. If I can help at all, I'm more than happy to help.
So you're here for service of the keep?
I am.
Oh.
Rendering my services to the keep, to the temple, and just whatever the needs may be.
Well, Artan, he would definitely be interested in putting you to service. As he chuckles slightly.
Oh, so you have some serious potential. Now, I am a trained weaponsmith. There are certain weapons that I am astute at that I could certainly help to train militia. It's up and coming. I generally lend my services if it's not marriage or death or birth. When it comes down, it's going to be protection. I want people to be able to protect themselves, and so I'll do anything I possibly can to help them be able to accomplish that. And if that means arming themselves and learning how to use those weapons, then so be it.
You sound like Arton himself.
Aha. Well,
You two will get along just great.
he too is a follower of Tritherian, so yes. Look forward to meet him. Anyway, but thank you, sir. It was a pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
All right, let's see. Radar. Artan. Labra. Cool.
Do you want to see record housekeeping real quick? There we go.
Hey Scoot, Uncle Olin here would like to buy some regular string, if possible, please.
Regular string.
Yeah, like a ball of string.
Yeah, that'll be a copper.
Okay, I will
For
buy that.
a 50-foot ball of string.
Thank you. And what about a piece of chalk?
A piece of chalk?
Yeah.
Is chalk not for sale in the shops?
I think it is. I think I
Oh
picked
yeah, yeah it is.
Okay.
So that's one copper.
Hannah,
Yes.
what is Hannah doing?
I actually want to ask, is it possible to get a bag of holding?
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Nice try.
Nice try.
I don't
200,000 gold.
know. Yeah. Okay. One day.
One day.
I guess I wanted to go to the jeweler and ask if they recognized the ring that I had. Or
Yeah.
the crest on the ring that I had.
And so you make your way to his apartment. If you had any difficulty finding it, Uncle Olin would be able to show you. And then as you knock on the door, you're, hello? Who is it?
Hi. I heard you were a jeweler?
You're not here to rob me, are you?
No, I had something that I thought maybe you could look at. And, I pull out the ring. I just
Describe
wanted
the
to know
ring
if
for
you-
me.
Yeah, so it's a simple silver band, and on the top is like a pressed metal circle, and on it is like the symbol of kind of like a very simplified blooming flower with like 3 circles above it.
Okay, so there's a circle with a pressing in it
Yes.
of a flower.
Yeah, it's like a simplified blooming flower. probably draw it out.
As he looks at it, this is. What do you know of this ring? What do you know of this ring?
Nothing except that I think it belonged to an elf. That's all I know of him.
Well, this is definitely elvish craftsmanship.
Could you maybe discern where it came from, or a possible maker?
Would you entrust it to me for a few days?
How long?
A few days. As he smiles and looks at you. With trustworthy gnomish eyes.
All right, very reluctantly says yes. It's important to me, so please don't lose it.
Fonkin never loses anything of value.
Okay, all right.
And my
I'll come
guards
back
here
after
will
you.
ensure that no one steals it either. And as you look past him, you notice that there are 3 burly guards. Each
All right.
with their own dogs.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank you, Lunkin. I'll be back in a few days to see if you can recognize it.
It may take me some time to read up. But I should have an answer for you in a few days.
Okay.
Your ring is safe.
Okay. Thank you, Lunkin. And then I guess I'll just go to the tavern and order a warm drink, and then see. I guess listen up to if there's any rumors going around.
As you sit in the tavern drinking a warm drink, you do overhear from someone at the bar. Speaking of a merchant that has seemingly been imprisoned in the caves. Not really clear as to what caves or who the merchant is, but it is definitely a topic that interested you.
Okay, and who's the person that's been talking about this?
It looks like human townsfolk. Nobody of any importance. Perhaps someone living within the keep itself.
Okay, I'm gonna ruminate on this a bit. I guess yeah. I'll go up and ask him. I'll say, excuse me, sir. Couldn't help but overhear that there's somebody imprisoned in some caves. Is that what you mentioned?
Why, yes. There's a reward of 20 gold pieces to someone who rescues him.
And these caves, would they happen to be northeast from here.
Indeed.
I recently, I think, came down from those caves, and I think me and a group I've been traveling with, and we have plans to go back there. So I think that's something we can keep in mind. Who is the one looking for this merchant? Is it you?
No, I only heard it while I was in the fields earlier this morning.
All right, I guess I'll inquire at the fields later on. Thank you, sir.
Yes. 20 gold can go a long way. But alas, I am not fit to be a rescuer, much less a cave dweller. But indeed, it is spoken of quite often down in the fields.
The merchant is?
The talk of an imprisoned merchant in the caves and a reward.
All right, good to know. Thank you, sir.
Anytime.
Is it late now, or can I don't know who to ask about this.
It's getting to be approach evening.
Okay, I guess that's probably something I'll have to do the next day. All right. That's all I needed to do.
Anybody else?
Oh, hiring a lantern bearer.
And that's what I was trying to look up. Is the cost for a lantern bearer.
I think we have the money for it, but finding somebody who wants to do that.
Well, there is no shortage of people willing to do tasks for good coin.
Yeah, but putting themselves in potential danger.
Hazard pay. Maybe if we look about, or as we advertise for it, we advertise that there's hazard pay.
I think that would be fair. That would be honest.
And since it's something that's going to, I mean, you probably need to get the agreement from the rest of the party, unless you want to pay out of our own pockets. I mean, I would certainly be willing to pitch in for it. He certainly would be offering a service that would benefit the party, so it would only be fair that we split it.
I'd split it as well.
I mean, I don't need it personally, per se. In most cases, I mean, push comes to shove, but it is nice to have natural light.
Just as an FYI, so with a light source, and I think we discussed this a little bit prior, those with infravision see to the distance of the light source. With the light source goes out, the infravision takes a couple couple minutes in order to readjust to the lighting for the infravision to kick in. Much the same when the light source comes on, you have to adjust to that.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
You will keep that in mind.
Example would be we're kicking in the door and extinguishing the light source. Well, those with infravision are going to be in the same state as those without infravision entering a dark room.
It's going to take your eyes a few seconds to adjust.
Yep.
That's why I keep it tall over my head and I can close it and open it, close it and open it.
I would like to hire, if possible, a porter. someone to carry stuff for me.
Yes.
And if there are any men-at-arms I can hire, I'd like to hire one as well.
Currently no men-at-arms available in the inn. Or, sorry, at Welch's Tavern. No one looking for work at this time for sword play.
Okay.
I just love how I look at a table of costs for things, and then I think that's actually in the player's handbook. Torchbearers. Yeah. So a torchbearer services will cost a silver piece a day.
Yeah, I wanted a porter to carry things. I mean, you might carry a lantern, but he also be willing to carry other supplies for me.
Will that be carrying them in the dungeon as well?
Yeah, yeah. Not super heavy for him, but heavy for me because I'm a little chap.
I'll hire the lantern bearer for a week.
What are you willing to pay for me to haul your goods?
2 silver a day. And I hold up a gold piece and say, in advance for a week.
How dangerous?
Well, not too dangerous, but enough danger for us to be able to tell some tales in the inn after.
I don't know.
I could also buy you a dagger for your protection.
I don't know how to use a dagger. Could use a knife. Or a hatchet.
Yeah, I could give you a hatchet. You'll find that in a pinch you learn how to use them quickly.
You're not expecting me to fight, are you?
No, but sometimes plans go wrong. I feel that a man with a weapon feels more like a man.
2 silver a day. 1 gold up front.
Yeah. And a hand axe, a hatchet.
Why not?
And
Wait,
you can
what?
keep the hatchet. You can keep the hatchet.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to deduct 2 gold pieces from my inventory. And what's your name, my fine fellow?
Oh, great. That's easy. Townsfolk. Random NPC townfolk. His
I guess we
name
could call
is.
we could call him Sherpa, couldn't
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
Oh,
Leroy Jenkins. No, she won't do. Deonade Bursk is my name.
Bayonade.
Me. It's just me.
Bursk. Oh, I'll put the hand axe in the wagon. And I'm going to buy a climbing pole, which will be the first thing Mr. Bursk carries for me.
And I would say anything that you have on Bursk, put into the party sheet cargo, and just location put Bursk. Or just
I'm
Porter.
not entirely sure how to amend the location.
Do you not have that capability?
I don't have the knowledge. Whether I've got the capability or not is a different question.
You should be able to just click in it and type. If you're not able to, I can type that for you. To drop something in there, you just drag and drop it. There, I see it there. So, are you able to type into the location field?
No.
There. Oh, because you're not the owner of the wagon. Who is the owner of the wagon?
Good question.
Y'all should be the owner of the wagon.
I thought Sebastian was.
May very well have been.
It would have had to been somebody that was in the original party.
So, the boots, the cloak, the hand axe, the silk rope, the large stack, the whetstone, the winter blanket, and the climbing pole are all things I'd like him to carry.
There you go. Now you should be able to.
Ah, excellent, thank you. I can just see that he's going to become a critical failure for my character now.
Oh dear. Anybody else? If not, we will have 1 day pass. Going once, going twice.
Only other thing I can think of is whenever you want to adjudicate the meeting with the courier, whether you want to do that in or out of game.
We could do that on the next day. So we all have a. I'd assume that you all are getting everything in order on day one of coming back from the adventure, and it being late in the day already.
Yeah, do him like a bath before he goes and sees the curator. So,
And just a thought for tomorrow, whatever that magical weapon was. This is an axe. I wonder whether we could see if we could trade it for a magical weapon that we could use, a sword or a dagger or something.
Well, magic items typically aren't bought and sold on the market. So, finding somebody to proxy a deal like that would be probably how you would go about it.
Okay, well, we'll keep a lookout for other adventurers or somebody that we think might be able to help with that.
Oh. This is interesting. So actually what I'm going to have you do on Glowin, so I can keep track of the weight separately from the stuff being on the wagon, is allow you to use one of those bag of holding. It's not a bag of holding because I know its weight.
I have
And your porter has
a walking bag of holding. He's called Bursk.
You do. Please drag from the character sheet. Where is your character sheet? This will make it easier for me to keep those things separate. Alright, so the top one should be okay for you. Actually, looks like I can.
Can I drag them from the wagon is the question.
Actually, I'm going to rename this to... There. I don't know. Max weight for him. Bursk has got a... Let's see what his stats are. Okay.
Doesn't appear to be working from the wagon. Or from Bursk.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, it's working now. I just have to have the windows side by side. Oh, it's interesting. It didn't delete it from the wagon, but that's fine.
No, it didn't.
You can do that manually.
Alright.
I'm also going to buy him a tinder box so he can light torches if necessary.
So a new day dawns. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. The inn. Folks who are staying in the inn are getting up and heading to Welch's Tavern for their breakfast. And the keep starts to come to some life as the sun rises. So deduct any usage fees from the Traveler's Inn for those of you that stayed there.
And that fee would be.
Traveler's Inn has if you click on the green icon or the green logo, it'll pull up the shop for Traveler's Inn and any services that you use.
Got it. Cool.
doesn't appear to be totaling the weight.
You have to hit the refresh button down on the left bottom corner.
I'm clicking it, nothing's happening.
Really?
It's stomach, just a bit of lag.
So are all of you in Welch's Tavern having breakfast?
Sure.
Yeah, I guess I look at everyone and say, well, I think we have sounds like we might have another day or two of downtime before we might venture out again. Is that so?
We might not want to wait too long. Apparently there's somebody that's stuck in those caves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard a merchant was stuck in one of the caves. And there's a reward out for anyone who can free him.
Interesting. I wonder if the goblins took him. Do they normally take hostages?
Not sure, but I was going to get more information from whoever's the reward is coming from.
In my experience, the goblins are pretty opportunistic. So, yeah, if they got an opportunity, they think it's going to be an advantage to them to take a hostage, they're going to take it. Now, whether they can really ascertain as to what's a good hostage, what's not, I don't know. But the unfortunate thing is if they do that, well, certainly that person's life is in peril. Goblins are going to be hasty and act just out of spite or anger, and next thing you know, they could be dead in a pot.
Interesting. This sounds like time of the essence.
Yeah. So the head of the guard we spoke with yesterday when we walked in, he mentioned the goblins and the issues that they were having, and I think we had a decision whether we were going to go for that or if we were going to go back to the caves. I think it was. I think initially we had determined that we were going to go after the goblins because it seemed to be the most obvious threat or imminent threat at that time. Who knows? We've slept since then. Maybe it's changed.
I think the goblins are in the caves. The same orc caves, or those series of caves.
I would assume so. So I guess that would.
Well, we've explored 2 of the cave mouths. We know of other cave mouths, but we don't know what or who lurks in them.
Sounds. If we have any chance of rescuing this merchant.
Do you want to head off today, or what is everyone waiting for?
I'm down for another bout.
I'm not waiting for anything.
I've
Sort of
got
like you're waiting on your armor. You're still.
Oh, I'm waiting on my
you're
armor,
still
okay.
in fitting stages, and you sold your scale mail. So
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going anywhere.
you're running around in your skivvies.
I had promised the curator that I would join him for dinner, but if the party has other pressing needs, I'm sure he would understand if I need to readjust their plans. Although I would like to talk to him and see what he might know of the caves or the goblin threat or anything else that might be of interest to us.
As you're sitting there, a familiar gentleman who Turlock, you and Uncle Owen both had met, Kulin Dumian, who is a priest as well, comes up and says, "So how goes your adventures? You seem to be missing. Was his name Sebastian?"
Sebastian Sedgwick
Yes.
seems to have foregone the adventuring lifestyle and returned to his kin.
Interesting. So I see you have new comrades.
Yes, fellow adventurers that have decided to join us in arms.
Dugan Stoneburner, priest of Tritherion, at your service.
Dugan.
Oh, how do you do?
How do you do?
I am Koylin Dumin.
Toylan? Nah. Pleasure to meet you.
Koylin.
Toylan.
I myself am a priest as well.
Yes.
But not of Tritherion.
Not of Tritherion. No. Do I recognize the investments? What he possibly his deity is? I mean, if it's Saint Cuthbert, I'm gonna know it right away.
No.
Okay.
You don't, which is
I do.
kind of interesting to you.
Okay. I'm gonna take note of any religious symbol that he might be wearing. Etch it into my memory. I'll ask him outright. And do you have a temple here in the keep proper or in the surrounding area?
No. I am just
Trying.
here on, let's say, pilgrimage.
Oh, a traveler.
Indeed.
Interesting. How long have you been in town?
Oh, at this point, 30 days, I would say. For I worship Bakab.
Bakab? Bakab?
Bakab.
Okay, got it. Do I recognize that at all?
Yes, you would.
All right. Benevolent?
Bakab would be more in the lines of neutral.
Okay.
Bakab is known as the uncaring.
Okay. All right.
So Bakab is known to kind of manipulate the energies as he pleases. And so priests of Bakab are of similar mindset.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Is there anything specifically that brought you to Kettle Keep? Or just happened to be on the path? Just curious.
Well, I have my 3 acolytes, and we stopped at Kendall Keep as a waypoint and a place for conversation to discuss theological reasoning with the folks. Not necessarily win converts over to Bakab's cause, but that wouldn't hurt either. Occasionally, I have dinner and just conversation with Altan, who, looking at you, is a priest such as yourself, both of you of Tritherion.
Yes, that's correct. I've yet to meet him, but well, no, actually, I did meet him briefly yesterday, and look forward to having some time to spend with him. Discuss matters of Kendall Keep, of the surrounding area, and just general nature of spreading the word.
He always seems to have his hands full.
I'm sure. Watching out for the flock is a busy thing, and our flock is large.
Indeed it is.
We don't take in just our converts. You know, we're always looking for anyone, anybody at all, that's looking for a helping hand. We feel like that's our way of spreading the word of Tritherion through action.
Tell me more of this by action. From your perspective.
From my perspective, we would like to think that well, it's the common man that's the real engine of an economy, and but quite often, unfortunately, it's the common man that ends up on the unfortunate end of most matters. So we like to think that we try to empower people, be able to defend themselves, enrich themselves, be prosperous, and without the heavy-handed influence of tyrannical governments, overseers, masters, lords, whatever it might be.
But would it not be that he with the most knowledge is to be trusted most with the power?
Well, with power comes great responsibility, of course. And just because one has vast amounts of knowledge doesn't necessarily make them a benevolent keeper of those powers. Unfortunately, power corrupts.
Indeed it can. Indeed it can.
Yes, it can.
My life is devoted, though, to the pursuit of knowledge.
And you know what? We need people like yourself that are in pursuit of that of such things as well. Without sages and scribes, you know, we wouldn't have the knowledge that we have today to propel ourselves forward. We also believe that each person, they have something to offer. We don't necessarily have to believe what we believe. We're quite willing to accept people of other religions and other ideals. But you know, we like to think that if you think like us, well, join us and we can become that much stronger. Same as with your own, I'm sure. The more followers that Bukab has, the more opportunities there are for gathering information, right?
Indeed.
And you would share that amongst each other, wouldn't you?
In a very seriously responsible way.
See. And would you share it with people outside of your covenant?
For that, we are not allowed.
Ah, I see. No matter. The gods make the rules. We choose whether or not we want to follow them.
Sometimes the choice is not ours.
Oh, that is true.
I feel like I need an ale in one hand for this conversation. But alas, it is too early.
And so I quickly call up 2 ales. Let's get a couple ales, split it among us, and we can
7 in the morning.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Not here.
Great song.
Oh, Fallen, you are a full-blooded elf too. Okay. So
Let's see.
just as an FYI, it's not a hostility type thing, but dwarves and elves have an animosity that is very deeply rooted towards each other. So remember to roleplay that into your interactions. Not outright hostility.
I'm sorry, say that again. Discord dropped out on me.
Elves and dwarves have an animosity towards each other.
Gotcha.
Not outright hostilities, but a distrust. For sure. So, yeah.
Copy. Gotcha.
Okay, so Boozer. I just need to remember it's Boozer that I don't like.
Yeah, I don't
And I think in the Dropbox there's some. I think in the Dropbox there's some guidelines as to how the different races interact with each other.
We could work on that.
It makes it a little more entertaining.
I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm doling out cure spells. Not because of me, because of my god. Well, no, actually, no, my god Tritherion wouldn't matter because it's not a dwarven god. So yeah.
Cohen says, I appreciate the offer, perhaps this evening, but I do have much running to do this morning.
Well,
Speaking
then
of the ale.
Don't let me hold you up. Then I think I will go ahead and have that ale, though. Never too early, right?
Indeed. Had I not had all these chores that I am relied upon to do, I would surely join you. But it is just past sunrise. So for me, that's a little too early.
You're not a dwarf.
Indeed, I'm not. He says, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, it was a pleasure to meet you as well. Hope to have
quick thing, Turlock.
Yes.
What have you found of this great evil to the east? We had spoke of this at one point.
You mean the cave network?
You found a cave network? Tell me more.
We've only explored 2 of the caves and encountered orcs. We slew great numbers of their tribe. Those who weren't slain have left. But there are more caverns in the ravine.
Oh, please do keep me informed. And if you find anything of value of knowledge, please do let me know. But of utmost importance would be to purge out that evil that might exist there.
Aye, that is what we've assigned ourselves to do.
Well, may Bakab walk with you.
The Prowl phrase serve obeisance to St. Cuthbert, but I'll take your blessing to heart.
I ask no more. And with that, the 3 acolytes that are with him and Kulin find their way out of the tavern.
Interesting guy. Do you trust him?
You being...
Kelwin. Or any of you.
As his deity is called the Uncaring, so should I say that I'm the same. A priest of mages and sages.
I finished my breakfast quickly, and I'd like to go out into the fields and see who's the one that would pay for the merchant.
Okay.
Do I see any workers in the fields that I could
And
ask?
without a word, Hana just gets up and leaves.
I guess I'd call out Hana. Are you intend to go hunting these goblins, or are you off elsewhere?
It's gonna go find whoever's looking for this merchant.
I guess I'll accompany you then.
Yeah,
And I'll
feel free if you
walk
like.
on after her.
Nothing a ranger likes more than company. And so the two of you will head out the gate and head to the field. To the fields, plural. While they're doing that, what is everybody else doing?
Waiting for my armor.
Turlock, you'll head over to the armory and spend the majority of the day having various pieces fitted to your body and the padding sewn so that nothing chafes in that. And so that goes the rest of your day.
Okay.
Dugan would like to go back and speak with the I don't know, the head of the guard, whoever it was they talked to when they first entered the keep that gave them the information about the goblins.
That'd be Corporal Pavel Marsk.
Thank Corporal Pavel Marsk. I'd like to seek him out just to gain some clarification about where the goblins were raiding, and how maybe that is geographically to where the caves are.
Okay.
Try to determine where they're coming from. Bottom line.
Okay. And Uncle Olin, what are you doing?
I will
Do not
accompany.
say robbing the bank.
I'll accompany the others to start the adventure.
To the fields?
Sure, I'll tag along.
All right. Well, maybe not the quiet day that Hannah was expecting, but...
Out of character, I need a couple of 100 experience points to level, so if I can squeeze them in, if something happens, I'll be very pleased.
So you all head out to the field. And you see various different fields where people are planting different types of crops, tending to the orchards.
Is here, Hana, or are we just asking whoever's out here?
I look around to see if I've seen the farmer that I was talking to yesterday.
As you walk around for a little bit, you do notice him in one of the fields where he is planting seeds amongst other farmers.
Then I mentioned we'll probably want to start with him. And we do approach.
As you approach, he looks up and says, "Oh, you from the tavern. How are you?"
I'm good. Good morning. We wanted to find out who it was that put out the reward. The reward for the merchant that you mentioned yesterday.
Oh, I heard it from Joshua. He's the one who told me about it, as he points over towards where the apple orchards are.
Okay. I nod to him and head towards Joshua.
Good day, sir.
Wish you luck. And so you head over towards where the apple orchards are. And there are quite a few people that are going through the various stages of pruning the trees. There's probably about a dozen people out here.
Is there a Jershel in the area?
One of the men looks up and says, "Who asks?"
Those had a good cause. We've heard of a missing merchant that you might know a thing or two about.
Now you can find Jershel up in the northern portion of where the trees are.
All right, thank you. And I guess we just start marching that way.
And you
Did we
Go ahead, what?
Did we split the party?
Oh yeah, y'all split the party.
Oh yeah, we did.
Nice.
With the
What could
intention of
possibly
Uncle
go wrong?
Roman starting a fight somewhere.
Yeah. We're just gonna kill a bunch of orchard people.
World War Zero experience.
I was hoping we might meet some wolves or something.
Some wolves. Hoping.
Wolves in the orchard.
Da, 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 da. And as you proceed moving north into the orchard, you come up upon another group of folks trimming some trees.
Oh boy. A Jershel?
No, Jershel's up at the 2 trees down with the shovel, says an older lady.
Ah. I go 2 trees down and look for the guy with the shovel.
And there stands a man with a shovel. Quite a hardy looking man. Standing about
Jershel,
6'5". Very muscular. Looks like he could probably shake a tree and knock all the fruit loose just by bear hugging it. He looks at you. "I'm Jershel. Who might you be?" Elf? Hello?
Oh, sorry, muted. I'll step forward and say, we're just a group of adventurers that heard that a merchant had gone missing in the caves northeast of here. And we're looking for the person that had posted the reward.
Oh. That. Yeah. I heard that from Kiloni.
But was he the
Kiloni
person?
was trying to get me to go on a fool's quest to some caves. Because he heard about a 20 gold piece reward for a merchant being kidnapped. I told Kiloni I don't got time. I've got work to do here.
So where would Kalani be?
Probably at the bar.
The bar at the keep.
Mm-hmm. Kiloni is, I don't trust him first and foremost. But he's always trying to make an easy coin so that he doesn't have to come work in the fields. If he's not there, he's probably sleeping under bushes or in the hedges somewhere.
Your time.
Well, thank you for your time, good sir. Guess now is our next part of our chase here is Colony.
Back the way we came.
I tell you, don't trust him.
Any particular reason not to, or just bad?
He's a slacker.
Ah,
He's always trying to find some easy way, like I said, to get by. Not willing to put in a hard day's work.
I'll probably take credit for us trying to find this guy.
we'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the warning.
As he goes back to turning the dirt over around the tree for purposes that only the ranger would know why.
Yeah, I've seen him do it. Seen, probably happened in the village I grew up to.
Yeah, I mean, digging holes is cool, I guess. Back to the bar.
On your way back to the bar, back to the keep, you pass a patrol on horseback. A dozen full plate mailed knights, followed by four full plated knights, followed by a dozen chain mailed men at arms on horseback. Aside from that, no other encounters as you reach the keep again. At the keep, Dugan, you meet up with Corporal Pavel Marsk. He says, "What can I do for you?"
Well, yesterday when we returned to the keep, you gave us some information regarding or not orc raids, but goblins raiding the area. There was some confusion about exactly where that was taking place. So if you could tell me, if we got any idea of where they might be coming from or what direction, if they're areas they're focused on.
Nah, that's the thing. We haven't had any raids. Aside from Gunloda and your compatriots, finding a group of them to the north of here with a cache of weapons.
That's the ones I was thinking.
And then you all tracked them. They tracked them to the cave system that you all are in now, or that you just had come from the previous day. It's for that much activity and that many goblins. it troubles me, as we don't know what their intent is, and I can only assume, being goblins, that the raids are to come, and that they're amassing their tribe of some sort. But now that you see orcs there, and I've heard tell from Glumoda that the possibility of even kobolds, I can only imagine that hobgoblins are present as well. And Tritherian protect us, that there are no ogres, because all those seem to run amok with each other. But if we could keep them from acting long enough for the ogres to eat all the smaller ones, that's not a bad thing too.
Well, maybe we can find, if we do step into some ogres, we can find a way to encourage them to take that route. Sorry, I must have been confused about what I heard.
It was late.
It was late. Yes, and I think I was still a bit groggy from the hit on the head. Very well, then I won't take up any more of your time, but I will say that if you need any assistance with training, any of your new troops or consignments or conscripts that you have, and you need some helping hand, just I'm available. I will certainly help.
Well, if you see anyone who needs a post, we have some troops to replace.
We'll keep that in mind then.
We are short 5 at this point in time of having a full lance here.
I will definitely keep that in the back of my mind as well. Thank you. And I'll take my leave. Unless he has anything else to say.
Nope. And so, as you're heading back to, I guess you're going back to the tavern?
Yeah, actually, I will go to the tavern. I see there's two. I noticed there was 2 taverns. One of them had ale, one of them didn't. I guess one was the inn. So I'm going to go wherever the drink's at.
That's the tavern.
And
the inn is just an inn.
And I will hang out there. But I will hang out, if possible, on the front stoop, with a pint in my hand, and be on the lookout for the return of the rest of the party.
Hannah et al., are you all heading back to the tavern?
I think so, to go see Coloni.
And as you walk into the tavern, you see Dugan sitting by himself, semi-nursing an ale. Looking bored out of his mind.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Who did I see walk in?
You see Hannah, Folwyn, and Uncle Olin.
All right. I specifically address Hannah. She's a ranger, right? But what? She's a species. What race is she?
You would notice that Hannah is in half elf.
Okay. And Boozer, I know. Well, Boozer is Folwyn, right?
Folwyn.
Yeah. He's full on elf.
Full on. And Uncle Olin is a halfling.
Olin's a halfling. Thank you. I will encourage both. I'll encourage Olin to join me. And I'll say, oh yeah, and of course, Olin or Hannah and Full one, you can have a seat at the table as well if you'd like.
Yeah, give me a leg up.
But that's about it. The rest of the time, I draw my attention straight to actually Olin. And we'll ask if, well, is anybody... What's new? What's the new news? I obviously was still affected by the hit I had over the head because I got all the information wrong as to what Pat Morrison told us. So I'm just I'm nursing myself back to health right now.
We're trying to track down the original requester for the merchant's rescue from the caves, and we've been on a rather large goose chase that's led us back to the bar in search of a patron named Poloni.
Baloney.
Yes, and I guess I start to scan the room for who's in the area or in the room in the tavern.
Toss me a wisdom. Check. Full one.
Okay. And how do I do that exactly? Just grab the wisdom on my character sheet and...
Yeah. As you say, is it Filoni or doggone it? Coloni.
Oh,
Coloni.
Baloney.
I have my notes under another window. As you say the name Coloni, and then Dugan says the name Coloni. But when you notice someone sitting at the bar kind of look over and then quickly look away, as if to not let his face be seen.
I think I've found our patron. I'll have to,
He slowly starts to kind of crouch himself up, as if to not be noticed, which makes him much more noticeable.
I guess I'll stand up and approach and say, I'm sorry, but I couldn't help noticing as you overhearing potentially our discussion. Poloni.
Oh, no. No, I didn't hear your discussion, friend. With a questioning look on his face.
But are you Coloni?
Who? No, I'm not Filoni. No.
We're
Do
in
I know
search
you?
of... you would not. We are adventurers in the area in search of honest work and decent pay. You've already had some luck in that effort, and we're looking to continue that. We've heard of a situation a merchant might have found themselves in dire need of rescue. Do you know anything about that?
Who are you again?
I am Folan.
Owen. And you want to know about a merchant who found himself in a bad situation?
Yes.
As he looks you up and down. For a gold, I'll tell you all that I know.
Gold. How about a drink on me?
Oh, a drink on you, you say? Let me think. A honey mead. I have a taste for a honey mead right now.
raise my hand at the barkeep. 1 honey mead, please.
Go ahead and use Welch's Tavern Shop to buy that.
Yup.
It ended up costing you a gold anyway.
Wow. Literally just cost me a gold anyway. But maybe he'll be a little looser lips here if he starts drinking.
So he starts to sip on the honey mead. He goes, oh. I do have to say, I thank the adventurers that saved the honey mead on its way into town. Those brave souls. And he drinks some more back. Now, where were we? Yes. Apparently, there is a merchant who has found himself in a bit of harm's way. Taken as a hostage, from what I was told. And anyone who can rescue this person, it's said, would be due 20 gold.
Where did you hear this, though? Who told you about this merchant, and who told you who would pay?
Well, that'll be another honey mead, my friend. As he drinks the rest of this one down and puts the tankard onto the table.
I guess Folan kind of looks back at the table, his newfound friends, and doesn't want to disappoint these people, and looks back at this kind of schmuck sitting at the table and decides, another gold isn't gonna hurt. I wave my hand at the barkeep for another honey mead.
And so Kaloni drinks some more of the honey mead. Pondering on his next words.
Dugan will be paying attention. Don't know if he's in earshot, but he's definitely paying attention, watching, while he kind of talks out of the side of his mouth, boring Uncle Owen to death with a bunch of just useless religious talk. Not useless, but idle.
And he looks at you and he says, in almost a whisper, with a tone slightly above a whisper, it was one of the red-cloaked acolytes.
Red cloaked.
Yes.
They did what? Sorry? Out of character?
This will be something that Folwyn will be able to relay back to you.
Okay, thanks.
And he says, yes. You heard me correctly. But you didn't hear that from me.
Understood.
Toss me an intelligence in the dice tower.
Oh boy.
Okay. You remember seeing some folks in red cloaks wearing red robes earlier this morning, but you can't really place it. Like what the context was, you remember seeing them.
I guess I would say, and these red cloaks, the ones who would pay.
You know, I don't remember. I don't think so. I think the merchant was gonna pay. I don't know.
And you overheard this from them, or they told you directly?
His memory suits me. They told me.
And this was how long ago?
Yesterday? This morning, maybe? 2 days ago? I don't remember. Recently, though. As he drinks the last of the honey mead.
Sorry, Scoop. My Discord keeps dropping out every now and then. Well, can you repeat that one?
As he drinks the last of his honey mead. Putting the tankard down on the table. He goes, it was recently. Within the past 2 or 3 days.
All right.
I think they felt sorry for me because I'm down on my luck.
Well, no one's down on their luck for long. You're bound to get yourself back up eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. Might I trouble you for another honey mead, friend?
I'll say,
as he raises one eyebrow towards you and smiles as you see gaps in his teeth from missing teeth and lack of care and attention.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, I think the day might be a little early for that one, my friend. But I'll thank you for your time and leave you be. Good day to you. And I'll head back to the table. Well, 2 gold out, and sure I learned very much there, but doesn't sound like Coloni might be the most reliable source. However, he did mention over maybe gaining this information from the Red Cloaks. Does anyone have any further context in that? That was all I got. It sounded like he was very suspicious or almost afraid of them.
The word of acolytes and the red cloaks had immediately in the back of my mind, of Dugan's mind. He's remember. Okay, what was Colin? What color was he wearing this morning?
He had red vestments.
Okay. We also said that he had 3 acolytes with him.
I did.
Well, you did a pretty good job there.
I want an intelligence check from you. Or
Oh, you want
wisdom,
to
I'm sorry.
Wisdom
In the
check
tower.
from you? All right, I can do that. Wiz.
You most definitely remember very clearly and vividly that the acolytes with him were wearing red robes. A deep crimson, which could almost be a black, but was definitely red.
Okay. Yeah, well, you did good, Elf. I think perhaps Coloni was a better source than you may think. If he's being truthful, anyways. So, the priest that I ran into this morning, Coleman Demir, priest of Bokab, has 3 acolytes along with him, and their vestments, they do wear the traditional colors of Bokab, which is a dark crimson red. So, perhaps we should seek them out.
Could they possibly want with a missing merchant?
What should we have?
They're the ones that are passing along the information. I'd like to know how they know about it. I mean, obviously, I'd like to take off right now and go find him, but we've got some time that we still have to wait here. So, also make good use of it.
Agreed.
Alright, is there a temple that we could, I guess, start our search for this guy?
You know, I didn't ask where he was staying, but I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult to figure it out. I mean, they're going to kind of stand out. Perhaps we should. Where? I mean, I'm sorry. Obviously, I'm new in town. So, is there just the Travelers Inn, or are there other places where people could find accommodations?
Oh, there's apartments, private apartments that can be rented. Travelers Inn is where most folks that are not of a guild would stay. People from a guild, like the merchants or teamsters and folks driving or from the mountains, would stay at the guild house.
And what about you, Uncle Owen? You got a network of information, possibly? Informants? Maybe we could mine some info here?
Not really. I mean, I can tell jokes and sing and read a bit of poetry and get people's attention, but not really one for collecting intelligence.
Okay.
Sound more bard than rogue.
Yeah.
I'm a scout, not a spy.
Well, how would you all propose then that we go take a look for them? We could split up and cover the town. Maybe find out where they're at. We could go ask. Maybe perhaps they'll know here whoever's running the tavern. Welch, running the tavern. Maybe now, I don't know. If the guy's been here for 30 days, then people know that they're there. I don't know.
I would agree. It would seem the barkeep might have the most.
Yeah, I mean, 30 days. I mean, they've obviously people have seen him, no doubt. So they've talked to people.
Tavern. Check with.
I'll approach the tavern keep and just ask him if he's familiar where. I'll just ask him. We're looking for Cole and Demare, priest of Wakab. I'll describe him to the barkeep and ask him if he knows where he happens to be staying.
He looks at you. Yeah, he has one of the apartments by the jeweler.
Apartments by the jeweler. Okay.
Really good guy.
All right.
But those acolytes, they don't ever talk.
No. And so would they be human or?
I think they're pretty sure they're human, but
Human?
they're under a
Okay.
vow of silence.
Okay. Oh, okay. A vow of silence. That's a hell of a way to go through life, don't you think? He kind of chuckles.
Well,
Right.
the way that Kulin said is until they become priests.
Mm.
Yo, 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 yo.
All right. Yo. We will. All right. Well, thank you very much, and I will slip him a silver piece for the information.
Very good. Let's take 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll resume at 10:08.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am back.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my.
Give me time to puree my soup.
Yo!
Whoa.
Guess who's back from Florida, bitches?
Oh my lord.
Get on board. Wait, what? Wait, so you are?
What?
I don't know. Can they hear you?
They can hear you.
Let's go! How are you doing?
So I got back from Florida yesterday because I was supposed to have a smoke test for a product that my company does, and we got that delayed. And I didn't actually need to be back, and the rest of my family came back today, and they just got here. So I apologize for the insanity.
I love it.
Great. Hope you had a good trip.
Yeah, it was just too short, and well, as all vacations are, too short. And now I need a couple days just to recover from the too short of a vacation.
I understand.
So Dugan, why don't you give me a religion toss into the tower?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, Sam. Next time we'll actually work on the truck.
We'll fly on the day early and do it. How
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, we'll fly out early and leave late.
Oh yeah, sounds good. All right, nice seeing you.
Yep.
Bye.
All right. And you. Oh wow, look at that. So you realize that Wakab's colors are purple with gold.
Purple and gold. Okay. Royal colors. All right.
What do you know about these red cloaked acolytes or one particular?
Sorry, what was that, Uncle Owen?
What do we know about these red cloaked acolytes? Olin was going to tell us something.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, I couldn't make
I
out.
couldn't make out what you're saying. Yeah.
Sorry, Fulwin was going to tell us what he heard about one of these red cloaked acolytes.
Yes.
Simply that when he either overheard or was told from them that that this merchant was captured and there was potential reward from him, but Cloney didn't seem like the most reliable source. I think from this point it should just be to go find those fine folk and ask them ourselves directly. I think that's when Dugan stepped up to the plate to track him down at the apartments.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, myself and anybody that would like to join me.
Yeah, I would definitely join, and I think probably all of us, almost.
Yeah, we could keep our eyes and ears open for anyone to talk to.
All right then, Elf. Yes, absolutely. Let's make our way to the apartments then. See if we can muster this gentleman.
And so you head to the apartment and knock on the door, and there is no answer.
Oh, but I'll knock a little bit harder.
And you continue to knock, and there is no answer.
I think that means they're not home, dwarf.
Well, I didn't know. Maybe they might be hard of hearing or something.
I think
Let's see.
I might take a look at Olin and say, you think we could crack into this one?
Yeah, I could have a go at it. You'd need to keep a lookout, though.
I guess, yeah, I'll start looking around and, make a shield in front of him, kind of nothing's going on here stance.
Dugan is just kind of standing back, kind of like, oh. Wait a minute, gentlemen. What? Are we considering breaking in?
Well, now that you put it like that, not so sure it's a good idea.
Yeah. There is a guard about. Tell me, how good are you at this?
Just learning.
Maybe not the best idea then.
Yeah. It's not that I don't have faith in you. I just would hate to, waylay our plans any longer. If we're going to go after that merchant, well, we're not going to be able to do it from the stockade.
Agreed.
Then you hear the sound of dogs starting to bark from the jeweler's apartment.
Interesting.
And looking out the window at you is one of the guards.
I'll wave. And I kind of give him a kind of like a come hither look, right?
Until one of the guards with his dog comes to the door and opens it, and he goes, "What are you lads doing?"
We were looking for Colwyn Demcon. We were told that he was staying in this apartment. Would you perhaps know of where he might have been head off to, or lingers about during the day? We might be able to find him.
He comes and goes.
Here
Here for a couple days, gone for a few. Here for a couple, gone for a few. Don't care much about whereabouts he goes. My job's protecting folk in here.
I'm sorry. Protecting children?
Funkin here. Funkin Shepin Stumbleduck the 16th. I may have gotten that wrong.
Okay. I'm a bit confused. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with who it is you speak of, but I'm sure you're doing a grand job of protecting them.
He's the jeweler. How do you not know Funkin?
I'm new in town. I've got so many new names rattling around in my head. It's like a bowl of marbles.
Don't let him hear that.
Well, anyways, regardless, so you are protecting him, and he is renting out the apartments here to Colwyn, and Colwyn comes and goes, you say, and when he comes and goes, I know I seem like I'm prying, and I don't want to be a problem, but do you see his acolytes coming and going with him as well? We're told there's 3 of them, is what we understand. Red-robed figures.
I don't know if I'd call
Don't
him red.
speak. Well, a dark, maybe more purple than red.
Very dark red.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
They all
We're
stay
told they
there.
don't talk much. They all stay there. Okay. All right. But they come and go, and they leave every couple of days, but you don't know where they go outside of the keep. That's interesting.
Not my business.
Okay. Well, we were told that they had some information regarding a local merchant that had been taken hostage.
Well, honestly, I'd check with Corporal Marsk or
Yes, we've talked to Corporal Marsk.
the guildmaster if there's anything to do with merchants gone missing. They would handle any of that enterprise.
Oh. I look over at
And post a reward there.
Olin and Uncle Olin. Think about the merchants guild. Might be a good place to mine information.
Yeah, we can try that.
Seems so.
Well, thank you, sir. We'll let you carry on with your business of guarding.
I will say it was a good break to be able to talk to somebody besides Funkin. You don't talk much. These kids are a pain in the neck.
I'll keep that between us. Good day.
Good day.
What do you think, Folan? Uncle Olin?
Seems
Head
like the
emergency
Guildmaster is where we need to go.
Yeah, we can check it out.
Should we catch up with Turlock and Hannah and see if they want to come along, or take care of this business on our own?
Hannah, were you with them, or are you still back at the tavern? Hannah, are you back?
Hannah, can you hear me?
She posted something in chat.
Oh, the ring.
Parker popped back
That's
in. I
actually
don't know.
pretty dope.
She might have been.
Hannah, are you back?
I am, but this is kind of persistent. I might have to drop out for tonight.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Alright, I'm going to assume that Hannah is staying back at the inn and just paying attention to what's going on there and keeping an ear out for any intelligence that can be gathered.
Makes sense.
So that leaves Turlock, who is getting his armor fitted.
Right then.
And then the three of you,
Yeah, is Aerodil with us, or is he also at the tavern?
I'm gonna say that Aerodale's at the tavern as well.
All right. Short squad. Let's roll.
Yeah, let's roll.
Y'all are the short squad.
Yeah, I just thought if we could grab other people to bring them in, was my intent. That's cool.
I mean, just as far as stature goes. You have a dwarf, a halfling, and an elf walk into a bar.
Or stair steps. What can we say?
Anyway, so you all are heading to the guild house, yes?
Let's do it.
So, yeah, let's do it.
And so you go to the guild house, and the door is open. Or unlocked, I should say.
All right. We'll knock and open the door all at the same time.
As you enter the guild house, you see that there are two desks with two chairs at one and one chair at another, and sitting behind one of the desks you see a human female who, as the door opens, quickly turns and looks and says, "May I help you?" She goes, "I am Lena Kaled. I am the guild master here in Kendall Keep. Are you here to offer services," looking you all up and down, "of protecting wagons to and from Westburn, or to and from the mines?"
Yeah, we can always help with that sort of thing.
She goes, "Well, good. In 2 days' time, we have a load that is going to be hitting here, and we'll have a need to have that escorted to Westburn. The pay is 5 silver a day, and it's typically a day and a half journey." We'll provide all the necessary rations and beverages. No alcohol, though. None of you have a drinking problem, yes?
I have no problem drinking.
No.
No
You
worse
are-
than any other. No worse than any other dwarf.
Out of character, I haven't had a drink in January. I'm looking forward to one in February.
I have a glass of Cavalier d'Oro.
I don't have a drinking problem any worse than any other dwarf, but we can hold our spirits.
Well, we don't tolerate drunkenness on the job.
I don't think you'll have any of that to worry about, but quite honestly, our real reason for coming here was not necessarily seeking out work as much as it was for seeking out information regarding a merchant that has gone missing.
I apologize. I just assumed from...
No. Quite all right. It's good to know that we have options.
So what may I help you with?
We're looking for a merchant that has come up missing. At least we've been told. We've heard this rumor that there's a merchant that's been kidnapped. And that there's been an offer of 20 gold for their rescue. So we thought we'd come to the Merchants Guild and see what they knew about this merchant, who he might be, and where he might have been.
I don't know of any merchants coming kidnapped. Where have you heard this?
Well, before I answer that, could I ask, have you heard of any merchants coming up missing just recently? Any merchants? Maybe not kidnapped, but just in general.
No, it's been eerily quiet along the road. Aside from the one bandit attack that was put down by some brave adventurers.
Well, the elf here is one that actually heard it. Or
she looks right at Fallen. What did you hear? That would be news to my ear. Fallen.
Oh, sorry. Discord was breaking up on me. What did...
What was that?
What did Lena say? Discord was breaking up on me there.
Oh, well, what did you hear that would please my ear?
That we had slain the orcs that had troubled the bandits, or that had troubled our trade route?
No, Fallen. She's actually asking. I pointed her in your direction. Okay, out of character. I actually was just pointing at her in your direction so you could tell her what she found out about. You found out about the wizards. You're the one that actually talked to
the merchant.
Yeah, the merchant.
Totally misunderstood there.
Well, with an intelligence 9, I guess.
Yes, that's totally in character. It was just like, yeah, man, we
Kinda
killed some
spacey.
orcs. That's what I do.
With a puzzled look on her face. She goes, this has to do with the merchant kidnap that you were going to tell me about?
Oh no, we had heard through gossip in the town that a merchant had been kidnapped by goblins and held hostage in some caves, and our information led us back to a town heard of some acolytes that had information regarding this. We were hoping to either learn more about where those acolytes might be, these red cloaks, to help us figure out more about this merchant, or track down another lead for where we can learn more about what happened to this merchant.
Like I said, I know of no merchants that have gone missing, nor being held for ransom. And typically, ransoms would come through the Merchants Guild. Extortionists typically try to get us to pay. So either these cronies who have kidnapped a merchant are inept, or I'd question the source of your information.
And the merchant has no dealings with, or at least within this local area, with these acolytes or the red cloaks, as they've been called.
I don't know who you speak of, but I can assure you that no merchants that we are aware of coming either to the keep or leaving the keep have gone missing.
Ah, understood then. There's as many questions as I might have.
No, that is interesting. Thank you very much. I find that very interesting.
Perhaps you might have been swindled if you paid money for this information.
It seems that very well may be where we were.
But if I do hear something, where can I find you?
Most of us are staying in the inn. If you drop a note there, that should be able to find us.
Under what names?
Bolin, Alblewood, or myself.
She turns and jots down some notes.
I don't want to be rude and give everyone's name away so willingly, so I guess I'd turn to my compatriots and expect them to offer their names if they so allow.
Dugan is the name.
As she writes that down as well. Dugan and Folwin. If I hear anything, I'll send note.
All right, we would appreciate that very much. Thank you for your time. Sorry to bother you. Sorry to take up your time.
No, it is not a problem.
I will spin on my heels and go out the door.
Yeah.
When we get all outside, look straight at Folwin and go, all right. So Colonia is telling us that it was the red-robed wizards or whatever they are, mages, priest, acolytes. She's never even heard of a merchant missing. So, which direction now, gentlemen?
It seems we're left with only one option, which was the one we were going to do anyway, which was scout these caves, and if we slay goblins and...
Sounds like a call to action. Well, I mean, if nothing else, it's what time? It's still early in the afternoon. Turlock is, I'm sure, actually we should check in on him, see where he's coming at in his armor, because I think at this point that's what's holding us back.
Correct.
So maybe we should make our way back to, perhaps he's the tavern. If he's being fitted, then I guess I suppose we should make our way to the...
I think you said the blacksmith.
the
would be,
armor.
right?
Yeah.
As you make your way out of the guild house, you, Dugan, see Artan walking down the way towards you. He notices you and says, Dugan, perhaps this evening we can have dinner.
Ah, yes, I've actually been looking forward to it.
Good.
Excellent.
Perhaps we can meet here at, say, 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock?
Not a
Right
better
here?
term to use. Well, in the chapel, and you can bring your friends if they would like to join.
Oh, would certainly most love for them to join us. That would be wonderful. I will extend the offer to them.
We'll
6
try and
o'clock.
keep theology to an acceptable level.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we don't want to bore the whole group, but I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to step aside at that time.
Indeed. Good. I look forward to seeing you in a few hours here.
Could I bother you for just one moment longer, though?
I'm kind of pressed for time right now.
Okay. Well,
Castellan's business. He has me running a task. We can talk though in a few hours.
Yes, we'll save it for then when we have the entire group together and everybody gets the same information.
As he rushes off, looking as if he is seriously in a hurry and probably running late.
Okay. All right. Well then, I guess we're gonna go find Turlock unless somebody else has another idea. We'll keep our eyes peeled though for the red ones.
Agreed.
And as you make your way back towards the armory, you see the just local townsfolk. You don't or keep citizens, keep dwellers. You see no sign of Kulin and his acolytes. Entering the smithy, you see Turlock standing on a wood stump, being meticulously measured and fitted. Piece by piece, a suit is coming together. Turlock, you notice that your compatriots have all entered the smithy.
Well met, my faithful companions.
How goes the new suit? Are we close to being finished?
We it'll take
Close
the
to
rest of
being
the
done
day.
for the day.
Yeah. I would assume.
Done for the day. How many more days are we looking at potentially before you have a new suit of armor?
I think the Master Smith should have this ready by the end of today.
Aid looks up at you.
I don't mean to rush you, sir.
We're close. At worst case, a couple hours in the morning.
Very well then. Not to rush you. Not to rush a man that did his work. His trade. But Turlock, we do have dinner. We've all been invited to the curators to dinner this evening at the chapel, 6 p.m.
The curator of Tritherion.
Yes. Trust me, there won't be any boring talk of religious theology or anything like that. We've both already agreed that we would not, we'd not bore everybody to death with that. And unless they're willing to hear it or they want to hear it.
I have suffered many banquets in my youth at the Pearlfrey Keep. I know exactly what to expect in such a situation. Fear not that I should be bored or disinterested in the conversations that take place.
Good. By the way, what race is Turlock?
He's a human. He's an Oridian.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right then. Well then we'll let you continue on with what you've got going on. We've come up empty-handed with regard to the information on the wizards, but the acolytes. But did not get an opportunity to ask the curator about that, but we will this evening.
Yes. Seems an appropriate place.
And so, 3 hours pass. The time is nearing 5 o'clock. Turlock, throw me a percentile dice.
In the tower?
No open. 75 or lower, and your armor's done.
49, baby.
Hell yeah.
Turlock, you have a full set of well-fitting plate mail armor.
All right.
Goblins ain't got shit, bro.
He stood motionless and let that man do his work.
Unless the DM decides to roll natural 20s.
Right.
And I'm as squishy like anybody else.
Excellent.
All right. And so, you head to the curate, to the chapel, to meet with the curate. And once you reach the building with a peaked roof, which stands 2 stories tall. Inside is quite a large room, an altar located at the very far eastern end, with stained glass windows. The windows being 20 feet tall and 8 feet wide. There's an offering box that you notice fastened securely atop a heavy pedestal in the southeast corner. As you enter, Artan greets you and says, please come to the dining area. And 4 of his acolytes all greet you as well. You're ushered into a nice dining area. And there are enough tables for everybody to find a seat. 2 of the acolytes bring out some game, some venison and some quail, and then various vegetables. And they set it into the center of the table. And then they themselves sit down. Artan leads everybody in a prayer of thanks over the food. And then everybody commences to eat. Pitchers of red wine are offered. And then Artan says, so, Dugan, how has your visit to the keep been?
So far, it's been extremely busy. I've gotten around a bit today. Talked to a number of people. It's been very pleasant.
And please introduce everybody to me.
Well, yes. We have. Excuse me, Cat. We have. Who do we have here? Everybody. We'll assume everybody's here. I introduce.
Everybody will be there.
Yep. So this fine elf gentleman here is Folwin. We have.
Folwin, where do you hail from? Folwin? Have you taken too much to drink, Folwin?
His Discord does not like him.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Move on then.
And then we have yes. Turlock. When he is human.
Yes.
Turlock, where do you hail from, sir?
I'm of the Parlfrey family of Parlfrey Keep that lies on the
Yes.
eastern fences of the Yeomanry, nigh next to the Yavin River, beyond which lies Great Kaoland. The Parlfreys descend from the Auridian tribes of Ul, who entered into the Flanay centuries ago.
Where again do you say you hail from?
Parlfrey Keep.
Oh.
It lies on the eastern fences of the Yeomanry, that great land that we now sit in.
I've spent time in Knifeford. And Jaydre. Doing the work of Tritherion. The name Palfrey family sounds very familiar.
Well, it do sound familiar, but not too familiar. The Parlfreys worship Saint Cuthbert, a deity whose ethos would be very at odds with Tritherians.
Indeed, indeed. But we will not allow that at odds to fall upon this dining table. And
yes, I would agree.
Your name's Turlock, yes? Mm-hmm. Are you
my given name? Yes.
You've been doing work for the keep as of recently. In fact, were you involved in the freeing of the merchants that were waylaid by bandits?
I was involved in that operation.
And
we waylaid the bandits on the river, on the road to the northeast, going towards Westburn.
Indeed, indeed. And then I would say, if it recalls, you definitely have piqued the Castellan's interest for your work being done to the northeast of here with the orcs and the goblins, if I do recall. Yes.
Yes.
How goes that effort?
We plan to return to the caverns. We encountered orcs, but we have yet to meet up with the goblins that we encountered earlier in our adventures. We have heard rumor that they perhaps have kidnapped a merchant.
I would check with the guild house on that. They would be able to give you more information. They pay really close attention to ensure that merchants and travel are safe. They contribute quite a large sum of money in order to fund the operation of the keep here. If there were to be someone kidnapped, they would know about it.
But the caverns that we encountered lie very close to the road to Westburn. Too close, in my opinion, and I think they should be investigated and cleared of any such rabble and despicable curs, such as humanoids, goblins, orcs, etc.
Well, I will say you'll find yourself hard-pressed to get the Castellan to devote troops to that without a call to Westburn. For as it stands now, the walls are undermanned as it is. With all the patrols that have to go out up and down the road, I don't foresee him being able to afford an incursion of a military campaign sort. But I cannot speak for him. And so, who else is with the party? Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. Check. All
Oh, there
right.
he is.
Yeah,
back.
for some reason, my firewall. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
For some reason, my firewall with its IDS picks up some of the traffic from Discord as bad traffic and then blocks it.
Nice.
Not cool. And
No.
I've whitelisted some of the rules, but I apparently have not found all of the signatures yet. All right. So where was I for you all?
We were talking about going to the caves.
I believe, yeah, Uncle Olin was giving out a very good argument for making sure that we go to the caves. Make it a top priority.
Yeah,
I missed
Let's
all
do
of
it.
that.
let's do
Oh,
it.
I missed all of that. So
I gotta have a hard stop in 10 minutes. If it's a good place, we are down a couple people. I'm just saying.
yeah. So the last that I was witness to was the curate telling Turlock that you guys caught it about the guild house, yes? Where they would be the most likely place to go to talk about merchants being taken hostage.
Yeah, did the curate mention that to us?
Yes, the curate did mention that to you.
So
He also mentioned that the Castellan would be very reluctant to send troops to the cave system because of the lack of numbers. In order to, they're taxed with the patrols that they have to do. They've already, well, he wouldn't have known that. I think that was about the gist of it all, in a less wordy way.
what I said was that Uncle Olin, when you dropped out, was making a very strong argument for making sure that we made that top priority in the caves. Top priority, secure. The evil cur. I think he used the word cur to describe orcs, goblins, and other nasty minions.
So, Uncle Olin, what is your background?
Oh, I'm a little bit of an entertainer. A little bit of a scout. A little bit of a brawler. I've done many things. I'm older than I look.
I would love for you to recite some poetry for me sometime.
Oh yes, I would be delighted to do that. How about now?
As he looks at all the guests, the acolytes are like, they smile, like, yes, we want to hear some poetry.
Well,
a couple
I
of
do
them
like-
get up to clear the table really quickly.
I particularly like Vogon poetry. O freddled grunt Bugley, thy Mitcurians are to me as purdled grabble chits on a lurid bee. Group, I implore thee, my footing turling drones, and hoopsters dangle with me with crinkle bindlewordles, or I will rend thee in the gobblewats. With thy burgle cruncheons, see if I don't. How about some more? Would you like another verse?
Artan is looking almost dumbfoundedly. That was quite the entertaining poem. Yes, yes. Perhaps.
I'm just like crying at the table, like so emotionally, like taken aback by this.
Bleem, miserable Venchit, bleem forever, Meskringish, asunder frapped, Gashi morse putal sight. Thou expungest Quoopskisk, flipping Ishus, wing grunts, a whist moon groovely, Cormzibs, Gerond, with altitude, form into formless blight. Why not then, Moose?
Oh dear. That was very well spoken. Well spoken. So Dugan, Turlock, what are your plans? Uncle Olin definitely wants to make an excursion, from what I've been told by him.
Yeah, I actually misspoke earlier. It was actually Turlock that did all that and used the word "cur" and the whole thing. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm still trying to get used to who's who.
Oh, I thought you were pulling my leg.
I thought you were pulling my leg as well, but I was going to play with it.
I was just totally screwing it up big time.
I was going with it. It's like, that doesn't sound like Uncle Olin to me, but hey.
If Turlock could speak an iambic pentameter all times, he would be happy.
Sorry.
And as the poetry was going on, you noticed that all the acolytes have like cleared the area.
So, if I may ask, I've met the priest named Colin Demore. He's been in town now for about 30 days. I believe he's a priest of Bocob. And
he says his name. He looks at you.
Yeah.
He looks at the rest of the party members that are there. Looks back at you. And he says, because you are welcoming with these adventurers, I trust your judgment. What I am about to say does not leave these halls.
Absolutely.
I do not trust that one. I do not believe he is what he says he is. I do not believe his intentions are noble, yet he has befriended many in the keep.
We will take that under very good advisement.
I would be careful around that one, for he comes and goes, and what he does, nobody knows. As he looks over at Uncle Olin and winks.
Uncle Olin smiles and then just looks back and says, "Who are we talking about?"
He goes, I can do poetry as well. He goes, no, in all honesty,
Yeah.
there's something off about that one.
So
And he spoke to you as being a priest of Bokob.
that's what he said.
But he does
And
not
not really-
wear the raiments of a priest of Bokob.
Well, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not familiar really with that sect. But it did seem like an unusual conversation. We were also told that he has 3 acolytes along with him. Well, he told us that himself.
He does.
He had
Though
somebody.
they never speak. Apparently they're under some vow of silence until they become priests.
A light bulb just goes off in Dugan's head. Like, his eyes, like, flash up. He stands up, literally. He goes, wait a minute. And he looks back over at who? Oh, maybe he's not here. Maybe the Boozer's here. Whoever. No, it's Folwin. Folwin, you spoke to the Coloni in the bar, the tavern, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And did Coloni tell you that it was the acolytes that told him, passed along the information about the merchant?
He seemed to believe that he had been told by them.
Because
Sound
they
like
don't
a speak-
talk. The acolytes don't talk. So that was a lie. So Coloni has done an injustice to us and pretty much wasted our entire day. Fools us, maybe. Fool us once, shame on us. But do we give him a second chance? If I see him again, it won't be pretty. And you guys just see all of a sudden, Dugan's whole demeanor completely changes. And he sets back down very slowly, and you can see that he's bothered, a little hot under the collar. We've been lied to now. So why would they lie about something like that?
You say Clooney told you this?
Hello?
Hello?
Correct.
Clooney, the drunk, the slacker, the slinky little worm? That which he may be, a liar. A liar, I would not say. He's always trying to find some way to make coin in order to fuel his joy of liquor and revelry with women.
He was being rewarded with booze.
But to lie, I don't see it. If Clooney believed it to be true, it would be out of sorts of him to just make things up. Though he may stretch the tale, but not to just outright make things up. Now that might be my bias against Quen and his ilk. I mean, acolytes speaking. But indeed, there is something I do not trust about them. I'd say
We'll take that out of advisement.
be easy on Clooney. Liquor may have clouded his memory.
I'll defer to your wisdom.
Like I say, I cannot see him outright lying because he's smart enough to know that it would eventually come back to him. And the last thing Clooney needs is a whooping. He's had far too many of those in his life that he has the sense to avoid situations that would put him into those positions.
Very well. Good to know. Yes, I'd asked to watch I asked Pavel as well about the comings and goings of the priest and his acolytes. Says they come in for a couple days, then they leave and go out for a few days and come back in, and didn't really seem to have an understanding of his whereabouts, where he was going or headed to or coming from.
No, and that troubles me.
Right.
And I don't really understand the reason why it troubles me. There's some deception that I sense.
He said he was gathering information.
He does ask strange questions.
What kind of questions?
He's always concerned about stamping out evil and wanting to know where the most evil is located. Which, being a priest of Bakab, doesn't quite add up. I don't know a lot about Bakab, but I do know that he's called the Uncaring for a reason. And top priority for Bakab is not to stomp out evil.
No, it certainly doesn't seem to really make sense.
What's that? Boozer?
That Nate's looking for evil for other reasons.
You're banjoing.
I believe he said he thought he was possibly looking for around for other reasons.
Yes, but what are those other reasons? Be cautious in your dealings with him. I would be very hesitant to give him too much information about... Has he taken an interest in your whereabouts?
Not outwardly, anyways. If he is, it's unknown to us.
No questions of your comings and goings? Nothing of that nature?
I don't recall there being any real serious questions with regard to personal information.
Well, like I
I
say,
offered to sit down and purchase him a drink, but he seemed to have he didn't seem to be interested in having a drink at 7 o'clock in the morning. He's not a dwarf.
That does not surprise me. Well, it is getting late. You all have been there for a couple hours. Is there any service that I could perform for you all? Anyone?
Oh, perhaps your blessing.
And
I explained what we're planning on doing the next day, which I'm assuming is going back to the caves or
going back to the caves.
Because I will say prayers to Tritherion for a successful foray, that you may be able to defend yourselves against adversity. And he gives you a blessing.
All right.
As well as a couple vials of holy water.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Hopefully, we won't need this.
It's better to not need than to need and not have.
This is very true. Well, but one last thing I could probably add. Do you have any history on the caves off to the northeast?
Lore has it that they were mines at one point that ran fallow. But one of them, if you enter, you'll never return. You can never return from it.
Oh.
You wouldn't happen to know which one that would be.
No, I do not, unfortunately. It is just lore. And it could be fear-mongering to keep the children from running around in abandoned mines.
A parent's tale to the children to keep them from wandering off too far.
Yes.
But in every tale, there's always a hint of truth.
I agree.
There's another one that has gone through the farm folk of a powerful magic user will destroy all cave dwellers or invaders. Again, there could be no merit to it at all.
Interesting.
Anything else?
None that I can think of at this time for myself.
Very well. Turlock? Folwyn? Uncle Olin? Anything?
Not at this time.
Thinking about it. I have no questions, thank you.
Well, I will not keep you. For you probably plan to head out early in the morning.
Oh, I have a question. What's your one piece of advice you'd give to us?
My one piece of advice?
Yes.
On?
Our little quest for those who are lost.
If one were to become lost, one must rely upon one's faith to bring one back. If not for that, a ball of string and a piece of chalk.
Thank you.
As he looks at you, Dugan, and whispers, "Convert?" and shrugs.
I shrug back at him. I won't press, but I will certainly encourage. Show through actions and deeds. Surely that will bring him to him. Bring him into the fold.
And with that, he walks you all out ushers you good evening and heads off to go say his evening prayers and burning of incense and whatever else priests of Tritherion do before they retire for the evening.
Well, those things that we can't talk about.
Oh,
super.
As he's about to close the door, he goes, "If the Castellan calls upon you, do visit him as soon as possible."
He says that to the group?
Yes.
Yes. Right.
And then shuts the door.
Do you happen to know the Castellan's name off the top of your head?
Turlock should. Turlock's met the Castellan.
What's that?
That's okay. Oh, I was asking if you knew the name of the Castellan.
Of the castle?
No, the Castellan.
Oh, let me look at my notes.
That's cool.
Sithic Passion.
Sithic, okay.
You want me to put that in chat?
If you would, please. If you got it, that'd be great.
So in
Trying to be.
Fantasy Grounds, there's a thing called Investigator on your campaign tab. With Investigator, you can have a group think tank notes.
Nice. I was just wondering if we could do some note taking here collectively.
Yeah, Investigator allows you to do that beyond what notes allows individuals to take notes and share them, but nobody can add to them. Investigator, you can create a note and then people can comment on it and add other information to it, and it'll actually list as who it was input by. So it's like a group note.
Cool. Well, I'm not going to worry about that tonight, but the next time I definitely will. Yeah, I'm going to have to drop out here.
Yeah, me as well. All right, so we will also dole out XP for roleplay.
Hey, Jimmy. What's up, buddy? I'll take it.
Hey.
Are you there, Uncle Olin?
Yeah.
Are you third yet, or close to there?
No, I'm 300 XP away. Sorry, 100 and...
I'm not seeing where you record your experience on the sheet.
On your character sheet, you'll click the
Got it.
magnifying glass.
Yeah, I got it.
And then just apply. Dang, Uncle Olin is close.
164 away. Yeah, it's getting close. I'm not quite sure how the skills progress with levels. Is it something you'll do, or is there a table I can look at?
It's in the player's handbook.
Should be getting. It should automatically add percentage value to your skills.
Okay, no worries.
Proficiencies. There's a. I'm not sure what it is for thief off the top of my head. You get additional proficiencies, I think, every third level. Maybe.
Sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Speaking of his thieving skills.
Yeah, your thieving skills, those percentages go up.
Yeah, each time the thief rises in level, the player receives another 30 points to distribute. No more than 15 points per level can be assigned to a single skill. And no skill can be raised above 95%.
Yeah. So I don't think you did that
It's in the player's
for your
handbook.
last level, did you?
Under the rogues.
Yeah, I didn't go
Chapter
last
3.
time. Yeah. Ooh,
Unless-
so 15 to 2. What should I specialise in?
Open locks and find traps.
Yeah, find traps is my worst one, so I'll bump that up to 30%.
We're gonna be in the caves and the goblin areas and such. We're gonna need those. I mean, because we're gonna be at a party, so it's like moving silently and hiding in shadows isn't gonna be like as needed as those others.
Unless we want him to scout ahead.
Yeah.
Move
And
silently.
here's
I think
a-
you're right though. No, I totally think you're right though. Having played this 40 years ago, yeah, I think you're right.
Just also is a PSA, like with climb walls and things like that. It's not like 5e that if you fail, you fall. If you fail, you don't progress.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So I'm going to do find and remove traps and open locks or move silently. Which should we do?
I would opt for open locks.
I would too.
Traps and
Yeah,
locks.
okay, I'll go for that.
Traps and locks.
Locks and traps. Those are like
I'm wondering if it automatically gave them across, because it says that your base for open locks is 10%.
Anybody have a 10-foot pole?
Yeah, but
I
I
want
have
to touch that.
You do? Okay, great.
I want
Just
to touch a 10-foot pole.
Until you go into a goblin warren.
with open locks I had a stat modifier of 15 and a racial modifier of 5.
Perfect. Okay. All right.
And
I just want to
had-
make sure that it isn't automatically giving them to you. And
It isn't. I've had to type it into the skill modifier, which I've
Okay.
nothing in for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
good.
So 30 points to distribute per level. Going up a level is a big deal then.
Yes, it is for a rogue or a thief. Keep calling it.
Hey, I'll catch you guys next week, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks
All
a
right.
lot.
All right,
a good
y'all
one.
take care. Be careful.
Good. Well, I'll say good night as well. Take care, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Good
Have a
night.
good one. I guess I'll clock out too.
Clock out. I like it. What's that, Boozer?
Yeah. I'll well.
I missed all of that. I'm sorry. The connection is bad. I wonder if it's because I turned up the... Oh, gone. Put the audio back to...